So guys, we just got some very interesting news to do with XDefiant, and it's pretty much outlined the actual launch period for the game. So I'm going to keep this one as short as I can. There's not that much to really go through, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts and kind of break that news down for you guys. Now, we just got the Ubisoft, the report, their financial report that they do every quarter. Pretty much every company, especially the publicly traded companies, do earnings reports in order to report those earnings to their investors and essentially try and convince them to continue investing their money. Now, as you guys can see, if we scroll through this, there's a lot of just mumbo jumbo about how they've gone for the last few months and stuff like that. But at the very end, we get to this page that says the title release schedule for the fourth quarter, which is January to March. So their fiscal year seems to be from April onwards for some weird reason. So as you can see, January to March 2024, that is when all of these games are sort of getting mentioned. I've got a list of all the games here, and then as you can see all the way down the bottom here, XDefiant Season 0. So it mentions PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, and like I said, January to March 2024. Now, we're obviously already in Feb, so it's not launching in January. We can rule that out. And considering we are halfway through, or nearly halfway through Feb, I'd imagine we probably won't get it in Feb. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope it comes out very soon. But if I had to wager, I would guess that the game is probably going to be coming out in March now, just the fact that they've said this, and they'll probably want to do some sort of marketing again towards the launch of it, showing trailers and stuff like that, unless they just want to do what the finals has done with a bit of a shadow drop and just launch a trailer and say, by the way, it's out right now. Then we could definitely still get it in February. But like I said, if I had to guess, I would guess that this game will be launching most likely in March. Regardless, it doesn't really matter when I guess, because we have confirmation that it will be launching before the end of March, which would be March 31st. So very exciting news there. It's something that I think we've all kind of been wanting to hear about for a while now, getting some actual concrete news. Now, this isn't necessarily concrete because there's still not a release date. And that's, I think, the next thing they need to just say. I really hope that someone comes out, and it'll most likely be Mark Rubin coming out and giving us hopefully a concrete release date, or at least just saying it's coming out in March or something like that. That is kind of the next thing that I think we'll all be looking for. And I would expect the way that Mark Rubin has been so active throughout the whole sort of journey of this game so far, I would expect him to say something pretty soon. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel, because I will definitely update as soon as we get an actual concrete release date or any more news, really. I will definitely be mentioning that on the channel. I think the delay has probably been a good thing for the game, in that it's now no longer competing with Call of Duty. When we thought it was going to kind of launch in maybe October, November last year, it would have been directly competing with the biggest game of the year, or at least not anymore, because Hogwarts Legacy actually beat Call of Duty for the first time. But it just would have been a little bit silly for them to try and go up against the game, the scale of Call of Duty. So now that they've delayed it until most likely March, even if it is in Feb, that is a good window for them to launch the game, because a lot of people have probably dropped off Call of Duty. I know I have myself. Even the finals, that had a lot of hype at launch, and it's not like it's doing poorly or anything, but it's definitely dropped off. A lot of people are probably looking for a new exciting game. And with the delay, the fact that the game was already in a good state, and then they've given themselves extra time to work on it, that does make me feel like the game is hopefully going to launch really well. And if they just can launch it stable and have a really good season 1, because we know it's launching with Season 0, which is going to be like I think they said a 6-week pre-season. There'll still be stuff in there, but then like Season 1 officially launches with like a battle pass and stuff like that. If they can nail all of that, I think that could be really good for the game, and it's going to need to happen. If it launches poorly, the game, I genuinely believe, will die almost immediately if it launches poorly. So it is going to be very interesting to see how it goes, but like I said, I do think the delay has worked in their favor. And yeah, the next thing we need to know is just when the game is actually going to be launching. So like I said, just wanted to quickly update you guys on that. As I said, any news we get, I'll be definitely covering that here on the channel. I've mostly been focusing on the finals, but XDefiant has been on my radar since before the finals as well, and I'm very keen for it. So keep your eyes peeled, because there will be plenty of XDefiant content on the way. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there in the arena.